And let's start with our brand new CNN ORC poll in the state of New Hampshire. A marquee Senate race here facing two candidates, the current Democratic incumbent senator and a former Republican senator from neighboring Massachusetts, Scott Brown. Look at this, a dead heat. Jeanne Shaheen, the incumbent, at 49%, Scott Brown at 47%. That essentially unchanged from a poll we had about a month ago, so this race tight to the end. Here's one of the most dramatic factors. Let's get rid of that and take a peek at this. Democrats are trying to stretch the gender gap. Well, Jeanne Shaheen's succeeding. 54% among women to 44% for Scott Brown, but almost an exact flip side among men. The Venus-Mars election, you might call this one, 51-44. Manu, let me start with you. This is the number she would want, the big gender gap, yet still a dead heat.
Yeah, she needs to drive up that gender gap even more. That's been the problem, not just for in New Hampshire, but just nationally. Obama's been shedding support among women voters nationally, and that's hurting Democrats in a lot of these key races because Democrats are getting wiped out across the map by men. They need to really run up the score with women. And if they lose New Hampshire, John, there's virtually no scenario in which they keep the Senate and lose New Hampshire. That is a must-win come election.
And there's two numbers keeping Shaheen afloat. One is that gender number. Scott Brown wants that number among men to be higher than it actually is. And two, Scott Brown's unfavorable ratings have been steadily underwater throughout this campaign, while Shaheen's have been just above 50. So that dynamic has really kept Shaheen just above Scott Brown over the last month or so.
And so let's get to why these races matter. Iowa, New Hampshire, Colorado, three blue states the president carried. Let's look at this first, and I'll get you to the map. This is where we currently stand. 55 Democrats, 45 Republicans in the United States Senate. I'm going to give you a scenario here. This is Republican Plan A. Now, some Democrats watching are going to say, whoa, you can't do that. But the Republican Plan A from day one has been win Alaska, win Montana, win South Dakota, win Arkansas and Louisiana, and win West Virginia. That would give them the net 6 pickup they need. Then you see these yellow states. These are the states that are in play. This is why New Hampshire up here and Iowa are so important, and Colorado. Again, 3 blue states, one by President Obama, that are all in play for Republicans. Republicans actually think they could take 2 of these 3. If they get a late wave, maybe 3 of these 3.